Hi, everybody, and welcome to Menopause and Madness. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm April Rain, and welcome to my midlife crisis. Today, I want to talk with you all about mental health, specifically my mental health. And, I hope that there can be something I say that is relatable. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I just took a big drink of coffee. um, I hope you find something relatable, something that we can discuss in the future. The mental health minutes and the herbal videos, I think I'm going to do live because that way we can all talk. We can all talk and discuss, and it's not just me kind of doing, you know, just telling you stuff. I get to interact and have those kind of build those kind of relationships. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I do want to start out by saying that I know many of us are struggling right now. We're struggling. If it's not with mental health, it's finances, which then, you know, cause your mental health to not be so healthy, that cause you to have issues um, with the way the world is going on. Now, this channel is absolutely not political, it will never be. But what is going on is horrendous, devastating, and just horrific. And I'm talking about everywhere, everywhere. Um, and I know this can weigh on a lot of us because it's weighing on me. It's weighing on me as far as I when I do the Temu hauls, there's been times when I've looked over at my workspace and seen, uh, um, the orders that I have coming in, and I start being very conflicted with, thinking, what am I doing? You know, and I do want to assure people that I do recycle. We recycle. We're very steadfast in our recycling, upcycling. I also do give away a lot of Timu products. Now I keep a lot because I don't order anything unless I like it. It's not like I order for other people unless it's a gift and, then. But I don't just blindly order so that I can have Timu videos. That's not it at all. Um, but the orders do stack up, and you end up acquiring a lot of things. And that's also a reason why I try not to get the lowest quality type of things from Timu, if you feel what I'm saying, because there is a lot of just junk, being honest about it. There really is. Um, but I found myself conflicted because this is also uh it's not my only way of making a living, but it kind of combines with everything that I'm doing. And there, people need money. People need money. And, if YouTube is out there willing to pay you money to entertain and make some videos, I am definitely going to be down for that. And obviously, I am. And but I also always want to be transparent. I am honest as I can be about as I'm honest as I can be about everything. The Timu products, any products. I'll have a couple reviews coming up this week. Um, and they are going to, I don't, they're product collaborations, but it's going to be my honest opinion about whatever it is that I am showing you. I don't play like that. Remember, my homie don't play like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've had this issue for a few days now. On top of, like, I would also like to do a couple, few, however many you will have. story times of things that have happened in my life. Um, it sometimes can be graphic, and there's been a lot of trauma, be very emotional. Um, there's times when I will have to put, give you a vocal warning about what I will be talking about. Um, I'm only now in my 40s, started in my 40s, my early 40s. If y'all want to know, I'm level 49. But I just started learning how to cope. Having to have the mental um, awareness to be able to learn to cope what has happened to me. You know what I mean? And even though I had started doing that earlier in my 40s, doing these videos and speaking with other people has really taught me a few things. And one very important one is there are so many others out there feeling just like how I am feeling. May not have the same past, the same traumas, the same abuses, that type of thing, but we're all kind of feeling the same. And it's getting really, really hard to not, have it consume you. And one way that I cope is I just let my inner child come out. I've been told by a psychiatrist that I was stunted at age 17. And honestly, I still pay my bills. I still do the adult things that I'm supposed to do, but I am actually okay with that. I am okay with that because doing a lot of things that I actually wasn't able to do when I was younger, it's like certain toys, certain things. I've noticed that a lot of adults, Gen X, people my age, are digging on Hello Kitty. Now, Hello Kitty was something that I don't know if it came out when we were young, but it was there, and I couldn't really afford to get that kind of stuff. I actually started babysitting at 9 years old. I was a nanny at 10, 11, 12 in Seattle for SeaTac taxi drivers, to so that I have school clothes, school supplies, stuff like that. Um, I was in a foster home for some years, and I don't think I'm ready to really have that type of a story time now. But that's just a couple things. I mean, Gen X is so different, aren't we? We are. We're so even boomers. Yeah. I get it because I have parents. I have parents and grandparents that were in my life when they were alive that I know what they went through. And I'm sorry if this is all over the place because my brain is all over the place. Um, I just want y'all to feel comfortable. I want y'all to feel comfortable with what I'm saying, what I'm feeling. I want y'all to feel comfortable with what you're feeling because these feelings are absolutely normal human reactions to what the hell is going on. You feel me? I mean, it is. And that's something I learned from a psychiatrist. No, don't get me wrong. There are some absolutely wonderful psychiatrists out there. But I started seeing a psychiatrist at 10 years old. They put me in counseling. And my whole life, off and on through the years, I have had two good psychiatrists. And I miss them both very much. Um, So there will be story times of this kind of thing, that kind of thing, all having to do with mental health, all having to do with past traumatic experiences. Um, but let me talk about how I'm feeling right now. So as I was saying, I know that we are all feeling the weight of the world right now. And the best thing I could ever say that helps me is breathing. And I know everybody's hearing this left and right. Learning how to meditate was almost one of the hardest things to learn. And it really, really is. Because even though people say it's just breathing, Yes, but you have to focus and concentrate on that breathing. And it's getting your brain to be in balance with your breathing. And the first time I ever did that, the back of my neck started vibrating and it scared the shit out of me. No joke. I still can feel the sensation. I can still remember the time, like if I am there. It was an amazing experience, but it scared me, you know? And I didn't want to try it again for a little bit. I mean, it was only like a few days, but don't let your heart and mind getting into balance, awakening scare you, okay? Because it can. You know, a lot of us are going through our journey of learning about ourselves, and it can be scary. It's not easy and butterflies and unicorns. I mean, it is demons and shadow work and, you know, hell. It really is. So I really just want everyone to know that I am here. I am here for the openness. I am here if, you know, this is another big reason I want to do these type of videos as lives, because then, you know, it's a back and forth. There's so many things that I want to say and so many things that I'm not ready to say, and sometimes I just blurt out because obviously you see that my mind isn't on a very focused track. I'm working on it, but you know, one minute I'm here, next minute I'm over there, and it can be frustrating. I know. And I'm very sorry if that tends to bother you. Um but it will come together. I promise. It will come together and it'll be like, "Oh, you know." So I'm feeling the anxiety. I got my email today stating that my channel can be monetized, and that freaked me out. I mean, it's something that I'm actually kind of excited about, you know. It freaked me out, and I don't know why. I did they have you apply for whatever, and I was doing that, and all of a sudden the anxiety, I thought I was taking some kind of test that, you know, my life was in the balance. I mean, come on, what is that about, right? But I when I was done, I was like, okay, you know, I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to trip because if that doesn't work out, it's not going to stop me from making these videos. It's not going to stop me from wanting to be with all of you beautiful people. And yesterday I watched a video from Sandy of my nutty nook. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right, girl. It's just because I don't have it written down, and you know I got that CRS, and it hits at the worst times. But she was talking about mental health and also what making her channel has done for her. And I feel the same way. I feel the same way. The support from other channels is amazing. It's like not a competitive type of spirit at all. And if it is, I don't feel it. And I was afraid of that. You know, I was afraid, but it's like we're all different. We all are awesome in our own ways. And when it's time to help another YouTuber, help another, you know, human on YouTube, these beautiful people are there. And I love that. And that gives me a sense of security. Now, how crazy is that? How crazy is that? Let me get some coffee. And yes, this is my mocha. I love mocha. Um, because chocolate. But and coffee. So there you go. Um, this YouTube community that I have surrounded myself with is beautiful. And I am so appreciative. It is a trip how, like, you know, I mean, I'm a grown ass woman. I know that I'm not supposed to be insecure. I know that, you don't let other people, get to you. You know these things. But stopping it from happen is something that I can't do. Like, I mean, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But why in the Hades did it have to take all these years for me to learn this stuff? Why couldn't I have learned this stuff when I was in my 20s or teens, even? So I could have, and I get that it's experience, but that's what gets me a lot with depression. So, one thing I promised myself, if I'm not going to cry in any of these videos, okay? So, I'm not doing it. But I feel like a life was wasted. I'm sorry. I knew it was going to be emotional. One thing is, I very much do not like crying. Um, and that's not what these mental health minutes are going to be about. I know there's going to be some tears, but shoot, this is just like introduction videos. Um, it just hurts my heart that it's taken so long when you know how short life is, because life is short. And I'm grateful that you are all here with me. My anxiety is feeling better. I don't want to touch anything because, makeup. Don't let the tears get to you. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be about that at all. But that's how much it affects me that it has taken so long for me to learn this stuff. I didn't have a lot of guidance in my life, and I'm changing that now. I'm listening to a lot more people. I have so many people here in this community that are wonderful, and watching their videos helps me so much because they speak about their issues, in certain ways and how they deal with them. And I love that. So I mostly wanted to get out that I want to do these type of videos live because I need that back and forth interaction. I want you to be able to speak what you feel and tell your story if you're comfortable with that. For the ones that do want to do that, I want you to be able to do that. And that way we can all be here at the same time, you know, um, holding your back up if that's what you need, putting that shoulder out there, whatever it is you need, we can do this together. Um, so I don't want to keep up your time. I don't want these tears to keep flowing. I appreciate all of you that have watched this, and I'm sorry I keep rocking back and forth. Sometimes that does happen when I start getting very emotional. I do speak with my hands. I do stimming quite a bit. So please bear with me. Um, for those that there may be a few that just can't handle watching my videos because either the emotional content, my stimming. I get it and I understand, you know, and not everybody's for everybody, But I do want to assure you that Timu is still number one. I love doing it. It's so much fun. And right now, I'm just waiting for two orders to come in. So, like I said, I will be doing a couple of product collaborations, and they won't be very long. Um, I would be super grateful if you could watch and give me a like. Um, um, April, stop saying. Oh my goodness. This all, don't have doubts in me because it'll only get better. And I think the same way with us, with me, and with everyone out there. You focus, you learn to cope and learn to move on, which was one of the biggest things. And it's still a big thing for me, is moving on. I live in the past like you don't even know. And that's where a lot of my anxiety comes from. Is I live in depression in the past, and it's hard to not. It really is hard to not, because like I said, I do have flashbacks, and it's something when I'm just doing something normal today, and boom, in my head, I could just look at something, and in my head there goes all the bad thoughts, and it's called catastrophizing. And you gotta, it's where you always are thinking the worst. Lonnie is late coming home from work and he hasn't messaged me. I will freak the ever loving heck out. You know what I'm saying? I will freak out and have visions of him laying on the street somewhere. And it's the same if for me, you know with my children. As I have said before, my two oldest children, I'm we are estranged. We don't speak. There's a lot of there's a lot there. But I stalk them. I do. I stalk them like nobody's business to make sure that they are all right. I have friends that stalk them, you know, and to make sure they're okay, because I'm always worried about the worst. And I think that's just a parent thing, and especially, not to belittle the fathers, at all, because you all are amazing if you're taking care of your children. Um, it's a mommy thing. It's these beings come from inside of us and don't usually get it through their head just how much we love them. And we worry all the time. So as soon as I figure out the live, and kind of, because I'd like to do it to where I'm doing like two Timu videos a week, a herbal video, and a mental health video a week. So that would be 4 videos every week. And I want it to be like every week on time, very organized, but life is just not organized. And I can't even tell you how I sit there. I see some of y'all out there so organized and just doing your thing, and everything is like, it's like you have an outline of every single thing you're going to do, and you do it. You're that professional, which I think is so beautiful. I can't get a grasp on it. And yes, I know that this right here is lifting. It's because of this fat lid right here, or the fat in my lid, and it keeps pressing on it. So my last video, I didn't watch it before it went up, and because it takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes to get these videos up. Do you all feel that? Is that normal, or is it just my Wi-Fi? Or I don't know what it is, but it takes forever to get these videos uploaded, and then they got to process, and then it's got to be checked. So it's like 3 hours. But yes, lives for the herbal and the mental health videos, so we can all discuss, ask questions, be there for each other in real time. Um, More Timu coming up. I want to thank you so much for being here with me, just sitting here with me. I mean, it makes me feel better. I know it was all over the place, and a lot of them might be all over the place. I can't say, oh, it's going to be perfect for you this time. No, no. It might be all over the place because life is messy. And I'm not trying to be perfect or all that, kind of stuff. So if you feel that you don't like these videos, you can't handle my messiness, and I'm just too much, then I can totally understand. And no hard feelings. I still love y'all. I still love you, and I wish you nothing but well. But if you do choose to stick around and hang out and be part of the tribe, and just share all this love that we got going on, I am so grateful for you. So I'm going to get off here so that I can give Bodhi some attention before he loses his ever loving mind. And thank you. Thank you again for just being here. I'm not going to ask you to like, because honestly, I'm not all about that. And I'm really not. Yeah, I would like it if you were subscribed, and I would like it if you would like, but I'm not going to be, I don't check my phone. I don't have notifications on my phone set for on. I can't do that. Last time I did that, a notification went off like every 2 seconds, and I almost didn't have a phone because I was going to throw it up against the wall. So when it comes to my email, my messenger, those are on. I keep those on. Um, but as far as everything else, I don't, because I can't live that way. I have got to not have all that kind of pressure. But kudos to you, that all that do that and can keep up with it and everything. I think you all are amazing. Um, so I've said it like 4 times. I'm going to get off here, and now I really am. I really appreciate and love all of you. I wish I could hug all of you. And please be kind humans.